Nimrod the iron-willed, a heavy leopard skin mantle draped over his left shoulder, fastened by a carved ivory tusk. He has deep mahogany skin and a jagged vertical scar through his right eyebrow. The air didn't just cool, it died. Nimrod stood at the edge of the world's highest stone, his leopard skin mantle whipping in a wind that shouldn't exist. Below him, the red earth of the savannah was swallowed by a sea of clouds. He looked at the man beside him, a mason he had known since they were boys, and barked a simple order. "More bitumen!" But the man didn't move. He stared at Nimrod, his eyes wide with a terrifying emptiness. When he opened his mouth, the sound that came out wasn't the tongue of their fathers. It was a guttural clicking, like dry river stones grinding together in a flash flood. Nimrod reached for his ivory tusk clasp, his hand trembling. "Speak sense," he roared, but his own voice felt like it was breaking into shards of glass in his throat. Let us go back to the beginning. In the heart of the Great Basin, where the baobabs drink from the hidden veins of the earth, the people were one, a single rhythm, a single breath. They were tired of the great king's silence from above. "We shall build a mountain that does not bow," Nimrod had promised, his voice rolling across the tall grass like thunder. Thousands of men and women moved as a single organism. They baked the red mud of the valley into stone, stacking pride upon pride. The tower rose like a jagged tooth from the jaw of the savannah, higher than the eagle's flight, higher than the prayers of the humble. They didn't just want a city, they wanted a fortress against the heavens. The work was a masterpiece of human will. The clink of the bronze chisel, the rhythmic grunt of the porter, the song of 10,000 souls singing the same melody. It was beautiful. It was terrifying. As the tower climbed, the air grew thin. The clouds wrapped around the stone like white funerary shrouds. Nimrod climbed higher every morning, looking down at the acacia forest that now looked like mere moss on a rock. He felt like a god. He felt like he could reach out and pluck the stars like ripened fruit. But the divine does not sleep. The Great Spirit looked down upon the brick and the bitumen and saw the rod of arrogance. He didn't send a flood this time. He sent a wall of silence. The miracle was a chaos of the senses. A blinding flash of violet light struck the summit, and the ground groaned like a dying beast. Suddenly, the foreman called for mortar, but his brother heard only the buzzing of angry bees. Nimrod tried to command the retreat, but his words felt like salt in a wound. Men who had worked in perfect harmony began to push and shove, terrified by the demons speaking from their neighbors' mouths. Confusion was the new king of Shinar. The great work died in a single afternoon. Tools were dropped into the red dust. Families looked at lifelong friends as if they were monsters from the deep bush. They began to wander away in clusters, those who shared a new sound, those who moved to a new strange rhythm. Nimrod was left standing at the base of his broken dream. The Tower of Babel remained, a jagged, unfinished tooth in the jaw of the savannah. He had built a bridge to heaven using the bricks of his own ego, only to find that he no longer knew the name of his own brother. Lessons of the Tower. The peril of uniformity. Unity is a strength, but when it is used to erase the sovereignty of God, it becomes a cage that the divine will eventually shatter. The fragility of human language. We often take for granted the bridge of communication. The tower proves that without a shared spirit, our words are just noise in the wind. The mirage of the peak. Reaching for the top of the world is meaningless if you lose the ability to love the person standing right next to you on the ground. Brick versus spirit. You can bake mud into stone and build to the clouds, but a structure built on pride has no foundation and will always return to the dust of the savannah. The purpose of scattering. God did not just punish humanity. He forced us to fill the earth and create a tapestry of cultures, reminding us that His glory is found in diversity, not in a single towering ego. If this story shook your spirit, hit that like button and let the algorithm know the ancient truths are rising again. Comment below with the word humility if you believe we are still building towers today. Don't forget to subscribe. The fire is just beginning.